fuck niggas, I'm trending too, man. Gang.
This is a certified hood classic.
See that Mac in the with his school.
She's like, I can't hear shit.
I'm trending. Watch out, fuck the gang. Watch out, fuck the gang. See that Mac.
Hi, you guys. You know where you are. You know who I am. Thank you for tuning in once again. Killa with my stunner shades on. Brittany's gonna kick my ass because these are hers. But you leave stuff in my car, it's mine now. Right. So do what you will. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to take her shades. But hey, Tiffany.
Hi, what's up, girl?
Hey, Tiff. Another Tiffany.
I finally made it. Yes, another one. You had one last week, I heard, right?
Yeah, with Tiffany, and then
another one.
Another damn Tiffany. Tiffany was telling me, she was like, oh, that's going to be a good episode because Tiffany's we're always so like... We're
open,
just
transparent,
crazy, out of control. Yes. So... here we are, and you are finally here.
Yes, I know. It took me forever.
It's been a long time coming, sis. Yes. A long time coming.
We had COVID happen, so
it's game time.
I know. We're glad you're here.
Yes.
And this is like perfect because, y'all, I am super excited. We're not drinking today.
No.
Because
it was just enough time to get breakfast, girl. It was
these early mornings, so I have my coffee instead of like my wine. You know, I just wasn't feeling it today. But I'm powered up off of this creamer, right? This creamer coffee, because that's really all that I really like to drink with my coffee is creamer. But I'm super excited to talk about. Speak on this topic because I've been thinking about it forever and I'm just so excited finally. And have y'all ever heard of vagina monologues? Have you heard of vagina monologues?
Yes.
Well, this is Coochie Chronicles. Okay.
A little more raw, right?
It's all about, what'd you say?
I said a little more raw. Literally.
Boom, boom, boom. Coochie Chronicles. All right. I cannot we were going off on this topic yesterday, so that's why I had to bring you here because we were just going off on just feminine hygiene and what you got to do now. Like you had mentioned too, as you get older, your vagina changes.
Yeah, your body changes everything. Right?
I just fucking mind blown because it explains so much.
Because you know how they say by the age of 25, your period changes. So of course your body's changing. So I feel like every 5 to 7 years you're gonna go through another change.
Oh my gosh. We're here to talk about it. We're here to talk about hygiene, the very personal things that the girls don't want to talk about because it's it
needs to be talked about. Right?
It needs to be talked about. Yeah. And it's common, y'all. It's just so common, okay?
Listen, you rather hear from
we should talk about
from a random stranger, right?
Right, or hear about it from him because he's gonna be like, "What the fuck you got going on?" And you're like, "I don't know what the fuck's going on." Body's changing. I'm 25.
It was at this moment that he knew.
It was you. Right?
Don't be fucked up in these streets. So. Feminine hygiene is very, very important, yes. Y'all. It's one thing, get tested for STDs and all of those things. We outside, so all my outside girlies, we doing our thing. I'm not knocking you for anything because we all been doing the things and having a hot girl summer, having sex, SEKS. Y'all be having sex.
Yeah,
y'all be having sex. So that's why we have Coochie Chronicles today. I wanted to talk about aftercare.
Yes.
Having aftercare post sex. Okay.
Post anything, aftercare, post sex.
Post anything, post period. Yeah. Because it's it's one thing.
Your pH off too, so.
Yeah, your period will throw your pH off. Some girls are super, super sensitive. Their their balance is super, super sensitive. And it's nothing to be ashamed about. It's nothing to try to keep a secret because we all be going through the fucking motions. Like I said, once you get older, shit just starts changing the fuck up. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Need a tune-up every
oh my God, a tune-up every 5 to 7 years.
Right?
It's one thing to like get tested for like STDs. We know all about that. But we also should be getting tested for bacterial infections. And if you don't know, you can get tested for like a bacterial infection, BV.
Even yeast infection they can test for.
Oh, a what?
A yeast infection.
A yeast infection.
And that you can buy the kits like over the counter.
So. You can get like, you know,
and they have the pH strips that you can test your pH.
Those pH strips,
off
keep
Amazon.
that. Off Amazon. I didn't know that.
Girl, you know, I know all this. Amazon's queen.
Amazon queen. You are the coupon queen.
Yes.
You are watching a master
It
at
is one
work.
thing y'all gonna learn about Tiffany. She's like a couponer, but she's not those crazy couponers that are like on the shows. You know how they have the shows about? Well, maybe you are.
I am. I'm like,
maybe you are at that level.
But I'm more of an organized couponer. And then to a certain extent,
Very
the
organized.
shows are a little, far-fetched. But yeah, that's life.
I think
Like I shop in my house.
You are. Tiffany is the discount queen. Like she don't be paying for nothing. She has everything and like quality things and don't be paying for it because
like the boots we got last week.
Those $20 boots, those $200 boots that were on sale for $20 that we got over the weekend, like just being around you, you hit all the sales, you save money. Like this is someone you got to stick with.
Yes.
What's your social media? Because I didn't even like formally introduce you.
Tiffany.
You got the family introduction. Like,
Right?
okay, let's just jump into it.
Like here we go. Because we are family. So.
Right.
It's ti.phany_ Tiffany.
Yes, queen, yes, queen, yes, queen.
Follow her. Okay. And get tuned into that.
All right,
But
so back to the Coochie Chronicles.
yeah, back to Coochie Chronicles because like your pH balance is important. It's important to get tested for like, protect yourself, but pH balance is important. Being infection free and like being more aware and knowledgeable about the health of your vagina is super, super important. Yep. And I wanted to talk more about that. And I wanted to talk about aftercare as like, not just, getting an infection from your partner, sleeping with multiple women and he's cheating on the side and, that's the main contributor. I want to talk about like really taking care of your vagina after having sex because now a bitch got to keep a kit.
Yep.
A bitch got to keep a sex kit now. And that includes the wipes. That includes what is it? The
boric acid suppositories.
The boric acid suppositories, the pills, like the vaginal health pills, probiotics for your coochie. Like I need all that shit. I can't just be going and just doing a do and then going about my day
just
regular.
Like taking vitamins. That's basically a part of your
like how you take a women's multivitamin, or if you may take a multivitamin, it's like you got to take vitamins for your vagina now.
Yeah, and like selenium and like vitamins for other things because as you get older, things change.
Things change, and I was like, yo, what is going on right now? But then you had put it into perspective, like over time, shit just changes. Yeah. Like you're not
it's inevitable. Like you're not getting any younger, so.
Oh my gosh.
And it sucks because you have to face reality, right? And be like, I'm really getting old. Because I'm like, when I was younger, this never happened. Now all of a sudden, this
never happened. Now you got to be on 10 before
you got to be proactive. Like before it even starts, you got to combat it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So aftercare, like, people would say like, well, I've really gotten more into like my vaginal health and paying more attention to it. Like I've gotten into honey pot. I recently learned about suppositories and what they're for and the boric acid and all those things. And cleansing wipes and the foaming wash. Yeah. And I really love that brand, like the honey pot brand. And they also just came out with like a lubricant. And so honey pot's supposed to be like this natural kind of.
Even though still those lubricants, I'm still kind of because you're still introducing something foreign into your flora until like your pH is home. Yeah. So I still feel like.
So you got to be careful.
Yeah, because I've even used a lubricant before, and I've ended up with a yeast infection because of the lubricant itself. Because I'm ultra sensitive.
Was it water based?
Yeah.
Oh,
and that's why I would never eat oil based. Girl, that's like you just asking for it right then and there.
I gotta
But
be
yeah,
careful
no,
what you
yeah,
put.
because I'm saying like I'm like super sensitive, like my skin, everything. So I'm gonna take heat. Like if I'm sensitive here, imagine down there. You know, it's gonna be.
Yeah, and it's already super sensitive. Like it cleans itself.
Yep.
She cleans herself. And so
And
there's
it's not gonna be smelling like roses either. So don't even
Right,
get that
don't even
conception in
try
your
it.
head. Like I'm sorry, like people think like nah. Face reality, we're all grown.
yeah, don't be, like don't fucking try it. Let her do her thing, okay? But I mean, honestly, nobody can pull me away from my honey pot products.
Yes,
like
'cause
I
you
feel
like
like I'm
it.
doing something like when I haven't had any issues or like or anything with it. So it's like no one can pull me away from it, but
Because it works for you. Yeah,
it works
so
for me,
you
yeah. And you
can't-
gotta do
Find
what works for you and
Yep.
not do too much, because
Exactly.
all these like products and stuff you're gonna want to do a whole bunch of
like that yoni, like that.
that yoni egg.
Yeah, but no, when you put it in the toilet. I don't know. When you sit on
And
like
it's
the
supposed-
pot and it's supposed
Oh,
to
the
steam.
steam.
Girl, bye.
You don't believe in the steam?
I'm not putting. That shit
It's
look
like all
it's
these herbs
some
and-
spice, some K2 that they just sprinkle in a.
Oh,
pour
not K2.
Yes, girl. Or
You don't trust
potpourri from like Home Goods.
Yeah, like she doesn't need all that. I've been tempted to like do the steam. Like I was gonna buy the little steam pack or whatever, but I was like,
For what? For that, you better just use some regular steam. You don't need that.
What do you gain from that?
You don't need the additives. Like.
Right. And then they're starting to do like the steams and the vajacials at the wax salons now. And so it's like, ooh, I want to try that. But then it's like,
I feel like that's low key like molestation. Cause can you imagine like you're getting a facial?
vajacial. I would like get a vajacial, like the exfoliation,
Yeah, and if she hits a particular spot, it's over.
And then right, if she uses the wrong thing, and then next week I'm back on antibiotics, and now I can't drink because you can't drink on the fucking antibiotics.
Nope, you'll be sick as hell.
Mad as hell. Okay, so just be careful, y'all. Know what is in these products that you're using.
Yeah, you gotta read the packs. Like, make sure there's like it's not oil based. Make sure it's a lot of natural products. And they always say, if you like the first, for instance, this is water, obviously, but like if it's an active ingredient, if you can't make out like the first 6 ingredients, throw it in the trash.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be byproducts off the bat. It should at least be something whole and natural. Like you know, I should see like chicken, water. I shouldn't see like Lexax gum, something crazy.
Yeah,
or
like
color
why is that in
blue.
my water?
Yeah.
So you gotta be honey pot, like there's like a lot of natural oils in there in like the product, but then people will feel like, oh, I need to use name brand stuff only. And so does that matter?
No,
Does
and
it
look,
name
and I'm gonna tell you why. See, like my facial, my base wipes. These are actually Target brand.
Coochie wipes.
Yes. But all you need to do is basically, read what the product entails. And if it's what you need, then go for it. But normally look for the active ingredient. Like if the active
And if
ingredient.
it just sounds too chemically, like
don't
don't
get
use
it.
that.
Like honestly, I would rather use these versus like.
and this is like a store brand.
Yeah, and
of
look,
feminine
here, look,
wipe.
I'm gonna open up one, and you just feel it and test it, and even like the texture and the smell, you'll be like, oh crap! Like I will put that down there because it's not like here.
It's not like too much.
Yeah, and like it's you could tell it's.
And then didn't you say something about like when we were talking about this a week ago? You were like, some of these major brands, they make the store brand, like
Yeah,
the Walgreens
like a lot
store
of major
brand
brands,
stuff.
like they make like this actual store brand products for the store, so they're still getting a cut. You see how like natural it smells and how good.
Yeah, it's like it's not too wet and like leave so much residue
And you
and all
don't
that
feel
kind of stuff.
chemical, and it's like pH balance, so it's good for your vajayjay. Like you shouldn't actually use a baby wipe
Right.
down there.
Yeah.
Like a baby wipe is.
Oh
for,
yeah, no, I don't
you
like
know?
the.
Like if
Don't
you-
use baby wipes down there, y'all.
No, like you use them when you do number 2 or whatever, but not down there specifically. No, it's not
Yeah.
good. You should use a wipe formulated for that.
I used to like live to use the baby wipes because it just feels good using a baby wipe to clean yourself.
I was
but
like that too, but after a while, you're kind of like,
It's not good.
Yeah, it's not. So I just rather keep it,
Yeah.
for what it's worth, like specific item for specific use.
After you told me about that, like some of these brands, they make like the big brands, they make store brands.
Yeah, they make store brands.
I bought some store brand Walgreens brand feminine wipes, and like they're fine. They smell
and
good.
honestly,
They have aloe in it.
sometimes you like the store brand versus the name brand.
Yeah.
You're like, oh crap.
And then
like,
it saves you money too.
Okay, for instance, the honey pot wipes for these, it was only 16 wipes, like individual.
Yeah, and it's
wipes,
not a
and it was
lot
like
of wipes in there.
Almost like $4, like $3.19, I think. This you get 32 wipes, $1.19.
$1.
And hello,
$1.19.
19 cents.
Girl,
And think
save
about
money
it.
trying to protect your coochianna.
Like, and for instance, like I'm telling you, and then even when it comes to like, you know, the boric acid suppositories, like all that stuff. Just,
Yeah.
If you look at, you know, from brand to brand, when it's just the specific ingredient, it's like, well, I'm going to spend 27 when I could spend 18 for the same exact product. Nothing more, nothing less.
Like, don't let the brand
It's just the
fool
marketing. Yeah, it's just the branding. Mm-hmm. And so basically it's all deriving from the same place. So it's like at the end of the day, keep that money, sis, because you got to invest in this. So got to find the funds from somewhere, right?
Exactly. Like in the beginning, I was just using warm water, and even so, like some of y'all don't even need all the wipes and the wash and all that kind of stuff. Like I just like to use it because I like to use it.
But imagine if you've been out in Liberty State Park all day. Like
Sometimes you do need like because it's a refresher. Yeah, the wipes, like not to say you don't need it, but it's like they're good. They're good to have. In the beginning, I was just using warm water and warm water because really that's all your vagina needs, because once again she cleans herself, so you don't need I probably don't need a foaming wash, but I like the foaming wash. It doesn't leave a residue or a scent or make you feel like, oh yeah, I smell
like for
good.
instance, you know how like when a woman gives birth and they have like, you know, the perineal kit and it has like the water bottle.
I don't know anything about that.
Well, whatever. They have like the water bottle with the spray, so you could like spray it after you've done going to the bathroom because you have stitches sometimes.
Oh.
So they actually sell those bottles in Target, Amazon, for women who like to be extra clean. Like, you know, because, you know, like some women, as soon as they use the bathroom, they automatically clean themselves. That's why they have like what do they call those? The toilets in like France where it has like the bidet.
The bidet,
It's that same effect right there. It's to keep, you know, your buttocks as well as your vaginal area clean. Yeah. So some women actually carry the bottle around.
And they just spray.
Yeah, just spray, when they're out. And they have like a little kit, have a washcloth, the bottle spray, and like TikTok, come on, like TikTok is life. You find out.
You learn everything. You do be learning stuff off TikTok.
You know me, I'm like, girl,
TikTok is the new online classroom.
It's better than YouTube, girl.
Right? Girl.
Like, it was funny. I was on FaceTime with the boo, and I was like, oh, you did the wall from TikTok. He's like, yeah, and I'm about to do the banister from TikTok, too.
I don't know nothing about TikTok. And
girl, you can build a house off of TikTok.
Like, they just teach you every fucking thing.
Everything, literally. Like, this is how I'm like a chef master now because of TikTok.
I'm gonna find some like, you know, vaginal health, vaginal care TikToks and like repost them.
There are a lot of them out there.
I'm sure there are.
Listen, I go to TikTok now before I go to Google. Like, how?
Are you serious?
I swear. I'm like, why would I even go to Google or Reddit first when TikTok
What is it about TikTok that's so, it's like addicting?
Because, you know, like it has a bunch of life hacks
where we depend on it more, right?
Exactly. And then you know how like we're it's easily like influenced by social media, so therefore, you know,
it's like the TikTok community. We're learning from each other. People teaching other people, and I feel like that's what people love to do. Like people love to learn about
I'd rather be on TikTok
and like the life hacks and stuff
than Instagram sometimes, because I'm like, there's so much that you can learn. Like I've learned about, you know, the suppositories from TikTok, and everything. And from TikTok, could you just type in the problem or whatever it is? Like,
is there a TikTok on how to prevent BV? I'm sure.
Yeah, girl, bye. You know there are. And the preventative care is the post care.
Yeah.
As well.
Post care. Like, I keep a kit now. Yes. If you know you're going to Bae's house, don't go empty handed.
You need to go with your suppository. You need to go with your wipes, an extra pair of underwear, because you should not be walking around in the same pair of damp drawers.
Like clean and taking a shower right after. Like sometimes it's about, like people say like the main cause of BV is if, you know, your partners had multiple partners and just like bacteria is just being spread everywhere. Yeah. But like aftercare too, I'm highly convinced that like aftercare is also very important.
more important than anything.
Right, because you can't just be like walking around moist all day and like creating this environment of, you know, just
bacteria.
Bacteria. It's like,
yeast.
sis is like,
Literally.
what is all this going on? Like, especially if
When it's hot.
when it's hot.
We had
those 90-degree days. Like,
no sisters out there baking.
right. Like, keep her dry and clean.
Yes. That's what they tell you. Like, when it's hot, don't be trying to put on the smallest pair of shorts you have.
Tight stuff.
You gotta have loose. It needs air. Like at night, I try to sleep with no panties on to let it breathe because
I never.
That makes sense.
Right. I never sleep with panties on.
Yeah, because it's covered up all day. It needs air. It needs fresh air.
Damn. I got coffee.
Oh, you got the creamer bits thingies in the bottom.
No, the coffee thingies.
What happened? Oh,
I
the
have
ground?
a French press. Yeah, the coffee ground.
Oh, you got the yeah.
I
That's
probably
nasty.
got black stuff on my teeth
No,
now.
you don't.
Oh my
I would
god.
have told you. I'm gonna have you out there like that. Don't worry.
Right. Just coffee grounds all in my mouth.
You gotta swing it around and swallow it now, cause
Especially like if you are having sex with someone new and y'all don't wear a condom, like it doesn't fucking matter if you're not wearing a condom. But aftercare is especially important for
just to make sure, because he's gonna throw off your pH regardless, because it's something new that you're introducing into a
I'm convinced that
environment.
I don't know if this is because I was younger, but having like unprotected sex with a new person is like my pH would not be thrown off.
No, not at all. Now,
Right. But now it's like,
you gotta
oh,
just
hell no.
stick the tip in. That's it. All you gotta do.
She'd
And
be
it's
like,
over.
girl, you're not a young whippersnapper anymore.
Right.
I'm going to show you. That's not what we doing anymore.
No, but seriously, like all jokes aside, I'm telling you, like I feel like as I got older, you're right. You're ultra sensitive. Like my pH is so like more sensitive than ever.
Yeah.
So I have to be mindful. Like it could be the cleanest person in the world, but you don't know like where his has been all day. And men are like the
Right.
cleanest.
And if he
like,
didn't like
some
take a
don't
shower.
wipe the right way, and there's you know
He doesn't
you're
clean his
under
pee-pee?
Yeah, they're not circumcised. That also is a contributing
Really?
factor because bacteria grows under the foreskin.
So he has to
why
clean.
They're supposed to clean a certain way,
Yeah.
and men don't. Like, come on, like you be in the shower with them sometimes. You see how they clean. So
Yeah.
come on.
And it's like he can't be out all day at work, at the club, and then
you
coming
never hit me
tonight.
with the boo, I'm gonna come see you after work.
You gotta go home, take a shower first, or take a shower. I got a shower. Wash your balls
yes,
off.
before you touch me.
Yeah.
Touch that shower.
Yeah, like we just need to be very like
Mindful
on
and
it
clean.
and mindful. Like I was never thinking about taking like urinary tract health pills or like
Cranberry, yeah.
Cranberry
drink cranberry
pills.
juice every day. Like in the morning when you take your vitamin, drink some cranberry
Yeah.
juice. You won't have low blood sugar if you don't eat breakfast.
yeah.
So that cranberry juice.
Drink some water, like
Yeah.
pop a suppository once in a while.
No, seriously.
Suppositories, they changed my life. And what they basically are like these little like
See?
they could be
I'll show you.
pills or they could be like
They come in like pills, or they come in like the little like soft capsules, but
Like a capsule.
It all does the same thing. So
and you put it in there.
you basically put it in like a little applicator,
Yeah, you put
put
a
it up
pill
like regular,
in your vagina.
and
y'all.
within like an hour is working because it dissolves. So
Yeah, it
then
dissolves,
as soon as
and
the
then
boric
it's-
acid enters, it's gonna help balance everything back out. So your pH won't be thrown off. So
Yeah.
say you were experiencing like some symptoms,
Some symptoms like if your vagina's itchy,
anything like
anything. What
it
else?
just
Like-
doesn't feel like it normally does to you.
yeah, like if you're having a discharge or something that's like kind of
then use one
weird.
these. Like sometimes it might not work, that one night. You might need of course, because it tells you on the back, like up to 7
And even if you
days.
don't discharge, like
It's
I feel like
always
that's a problem
good
too.
just
Yeah.
to make sure it's balanced, just to clean everything out.
Yeah.
Because remember they say don't douche. That's like the worst.
Yeah,
thing
don't
you
douche,
can
yeah.
do. And yeah, so instead of
But
doing
and then
that,
when you take it, you're not supposed to have sex. Like you're supposed to take it. Well, the honey pot suppositories, they'll say like
at night or whatever,
use it at night. Like they'll tell you to use it at night because like there's
I've never
a
had any
substance
oozing
coming
though,
out.
really. Like I've never had.
With
Well,
those?
that's like if you have like I guess a discharge already, and because I read online that basically what happens is if you have the discharge and you put one in, the boric acid will like draw everything out. So you're having the discharge plus this. That's what's all coming out. So yeah, understandable. Take it at night. Wear a pain liner so you're you're clean.
Yeah, that's why they say use it at bedtime, because it's like you're not moving around, you're just
And it's
going
more
to sleep,
effective.
and it's more effective because it's like not just coming out with you walking and moving around
Yeah,
all
but when
day.
you stand up, it's like when you get your period, you like have
Yeah.
that sneeze, and you're like, wait,
They don't know. Some of the guys will be like, that sneeze.
right? You be like,
But ladies, y'all know about the sneeze. So that's why it's like sometimes it's a lot going on too when you put it in. But I know with the honey pot suppositories, like a lot comes out
Yeah,
because it's
it's
not a
out.
pill. It's like a little bulb, and then it's gonna
yeah, it's
it
the same
melts
stuff on the
quickly.
inside though, but it's just that bulb has more sub. Yeah, I know what
Yeah.
you mean. Yeah.
And that shit will have you smelling like tea tree oils. So if you don't know already, that should change my life. I love
And
suppositories.
remember I opted out from honey pot because I didn't want
All
like
of
the
that.
additives.
Like some people don't want because if you having mint and coconut oil, some girls are like,
Yeah.
why? Hell no.
Yeah, so
but
I
like
just
it.
get the basic. Like, see, everyone's different, so I
Yeah.
don't knock you. But, you know,
Yeah.
I'm more of the organic, streamlined, no additives. Like, I will go the holistic health way, but I don't want to have the extras.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so these are just the basic. Like, if you see, it just tells you. It's just like the raw, yeah, right there, 600 milligram.
And boric acid
Boric
is good
acid.
because it like
And mind
kills.
you,
right?
don't
It's
ingest
antifungal.
it. Yes, don't
Yes,
ingest it.
don't
It's deadly
eat
if
'em.
you ingest it.
Yeah.
But if you put it inside, it's a different story.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because, you know, back in the day, like, you know, the little white lines around like the window and the door seals when you were younger, that was boric acid to stop like the ants and stuff in the summer.
Really?
Yes, that's why I used to be so against it, because I'm like, we
Oh,
are not
yeah,
even
yeah.
stuff my mother put around the door back in the day. Like,
I'm not putting that in my coochie.
right? But girl, sometimes it be a last resort. You be like,
It's the
if all
best
else
thing.
fails,
Yeah, it's the best thing.
this
like,
became the holy grail.
yeah.
But seriously, and I'd rather use this than like the creams and the pills. Because remember, you can't drink on the pills. The Metro,
Oh my God.
that's like a violent ill if you drink
That's-
on those.
Really?
I did. And I
You
thought-
drank on a what is it? It's an antibiotic. You drank on
Yeah,
it before?
Yes.
And it made you super drunk, or were you sick?
It like enhances the alcoholic effect and, you know, sick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've never threw up like that in my life ever. I don't throw up drunk. And it was just disgusting. Like, I was so embarrassed.
That's so scary. Like when you do get tested and say, go to the OB and you're like, my coochie, or your provider and say, my coochie's kind of itchy and it's kind of weird. Can you she'll like test you. And then if you do have like a lot of bacteria in your vagina and it's more than the good bacteria, or if you have no good bacteria in your vagina
Just
at all,
yeah.
they're going to make sure that they give you these antibiotics that you take for like a week, once or twice a week.
No, a day, you mean once or twice a day?
Yeah, once or twice
It's
a
twice
day.
a day for 7 days.
For 7 days, one in
But
the morning, one at
strong.
night,
And they're nasty. Like, when they go down, I'm like,
and then you got to eat with them, and you're not supposed to drink because it's like you're on an antibiotic. Like it'll fuck you up,
right, yeah.
and then it'll also kill the antibiotic that's trying to kill all the bad bacteria in your vagina, and then
start all over. Like, now
and you
back
got to
to
start
square
all
one.
over.
She gonna be like, sis.
and you can't have sex on it.
No. Well, you better not be.
You can't have sex on it because then it's like you're still.
Yeah, you still over here.
Yeah, it's a never-ending cycle.
Yeah.
And then there was something else. And then sometimes they'll give you
Sometimes the male needs the pills. Sometimes.
You could take
Yeah.
antibiotics?
Oh, girl. So yeah. So say you keep on getting the BV,
Yeah.
and you know you're not messing with nobody else. He now needs to take the course of action. Like, yeah.
I didn't know it applied to guys.
Yes. You know, I be reading everything they were saying. So sometimes the guy needs to take the pill to get rid of like whatever's going on. Because he's harboring the bacteria.
Yeah.
And he's just basically passing it to you. So yeah, so at the end of the day, the guy
I
can
knew there
give
was something
the BV
up with
back.
you niggas.
See?
Y'all need
Yeah.
some bad.
What more
M&Ms.
do you want from me?
More
Something.
testing.
Right. For everything.
Yep.
Don't just get tested. Get fucking blood work done too. Okay.
And no, you know what? And dudes don't even get tested because they don't even go
They
to the
really
doctor. So
don't.
what makes you believe and think that they're gonna go get tested? They don't even have a primary.
God. Some of y'all don't have primary. Some
And
of y'all
it's
don't have
sad
insurance.
because we got to have a gynecologist, a whole doctor for this. So there needs to be, I mean, there is a urologist in a sense for a male, but you're not going to go then to get, you know, tested. It's anything like
Y'all need to be
you
honest with these
research
doctors
it,
and
but
say, yo, like, y'all need to just help each other
my
out.
little dick
Okay.
itching.
they fucking itching and they don't give a damn. You don't know what's going on.
They know you a whole hot tamale, not even say nothing to you. Like,
and then they look at you like, you got a bacterial infection. What the fuck you been doing? Nigga, what the fuck you been doing?
You been doing, right? But you always know if I can smell it, they can smell it. My mother always said that because you're the closest thing to your body.
That's why I wanted to focus on aftercare and like not the whole like, you know, just he's cheating, you're cheating, y'all fucking multiple people. Like that's a whole other thing. Like y'all, like
we're talking about that.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about the care and like getting tested for the right things because I mean, if you're cheating, then
when you go to get tested, right, they're not testing you for BV.
Yeah.
Or for trichomoniasis, which is the same exact bacteria. They ask you, like, hey, do you want to be tested for this also? So if I'm there, I'm going to be like, yeah, just kill all the birds with one stone. Some girls be like, no, because they
get tested for everything. Get blood work done.
Get it all done while you're there.
Yeah.
You might as well just be embarrassed all in one moment.
Like,
you
don't
wait
be
today
going,
to tomorrow, right?
Don't go to, and then it's like, I recently just started going to the OB. And so I feel like that's also super, super important for women to like find a good OBGYN
that you can connect with, not
that
just
you connect
anyone.
with. Y'all find a emphasis on the good OBGYN
and not just anyone, because some of them, girl. So I go to like so I actually
because some of them be judging you,
yes,
and be ready
do.
to get cursed out.
Oh, so let me tell you. Funny story. My OB was judging. She was judging.
They be judging.
No, because I'm 34. I don't look it. But I was like 30 at this point, and I was on the Depo shot. So she's like, so when are you going to have babies? I'm looking at her like, sis, stop cocking my ovaries, right?
Right.
She was like, you remind me of my daughter. I said, so how old's your daughter? She's like 45. I said, whoa. I said, wait, sis. Like, I don't remind you of your daughter. Your daughter has 15 years on me.
Really,
like,
nigga?
Right? Like,
what was she trying to say?
because she was like, my daughter just, I don't know what it is. She's terrified. No one's scared. I'm just being
She's
smart.
terrified of what? Having kids?
Yeah, but I'm like, at the rate your daughter's going, she's not having them. Don't put me in that category. Yeah.
I mean, shit happens, you know. People have kids
she was
late,
judging.
maybe.
She was she's like, you remind me of my daughter. Dr. Davino, she is so funny, but I love her.
Oh, now he called sis out.
Oh, my bad. Like, I just name dropped.
I mean, it's all good.
No, but let me tell you something. She is so good. She's so old school. But she's so old school that she pulled out the, what do you call them? When they do your pap smear?
Mm-hmm.
The metal ones, not even the plastic ones. I'm like, whoa.
You don't like the metal one?
You like the metal
I didn't
ones?
know. Do they have plastic? I
Yes,
don't be paying
they do.
attention.
And they
to
come
what
in different sizes. You never know they ask you, have you ever had kids that you be like, no, because they're going to pick small, medium, or large.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Like, how do you even know like which one I prefer? Like,
because I'm pretty sure if you've had kids, they know like your box doesn't bounce back 100%. There's a little bit of stretch. So they're going to size up.
why do y'all prescribe to women just having children? Why do we prescribe to that? Oh my gosh. Threatening my box.
Yeah, no, because they'll tell you, like, if they don't have your size, they'll let you know, like, hey, we're sorry. We're going to have to use this size today because, and I'm like, whoa.
No way.
And they're over here like, relax.
Excuse me?
Right? I have walls and they're still intact.
First of all, there's this one OBGYN that I found in my network and I love them, but they were busy for like the whole month of June.
This hot girl summer.
Oh my God. I'm like, what are y'all doing? What can y'all possibly be doing
I know
every
what
day?
they was doing. I sent you that article, how they were saying that because of COVID and everyone being quarantined, now that the STD rates are skyrocketing. Remember I sent you...
Because we just been in the house, but how we been in the house?
They was in the house. They weren't going to the doctor. So now all of a sudden, the cat's out the bag, literally.
I was always wondering, like, yo, what about the girls who were having sex during quarantine and then they got pregnant and then you couldn't, like, go to the store to get a Plan B or go to the doctor?
No.
Like, what happened to those girls?
No, this is you. Where's my mask? You're in the store, like, you're in Walgreens like this. Can I get a Plan B? What?
Like, what?
Can I get a Plan B? They're like, oh.
Oh, yeah.
Because they can't hear you.
Don't be in there every other week too,
No, the
because
whole
then they
store
might
hear
call
you.
them. Right.
They
And
gonna call
then
diapers.
don't let it be a long ass line and it's like the store is mad
And
packed.
old boy's mom's in the line picking up her prescription. And she see you. When you just walked out of her house 2 weeks ago. That
Child.
walk of shame.
Or like you just sitting in the line and you don't have nothing because you need it behind the counter.
But you
Like,
need that. Girl, that's why I'm happy. You can go to the drive-thru for certain things now. At CVS,
you can go to the drive-thru and ask for a plan B.
Girl, they tell you like on the board when you're getting your prescriptions, like what you can go to the drive-thru. You can go there for condoms now through the drive-thru.
Really?
Yes.
If you got a lot of time on your hands, because the drive-thru lines be mad long and then they take forever.
Yeah, but you want to be in the store asking for the Magnum extra small, and she over here yelling it. You rather go through the drive-thru.
Can I get the smalls, please?
She's like, what?
Right. But let me tell you my OBGYN story. So the OBGYN that I usually go to, they were like booked for forever. And I'm like, damn, you pregnant bitches.
Right?
Chill out. So I had to find another one. So this lady, this older black lady, she she was just like I asked her about some kind of birth control because she was like, I asked her about like the different types of birth control, like, you know, basically like give me some kind of run through, some review. This is my first time ever being on birth control. Like, give me some kind of whatever. And she was basically like, Google it.
Right?
She basically told me to Google it. She was like, "Oh, I can put you on some brand of IUD." She
oh no, we're not
said,
getting no IUD.
and it was just like she just threw it at me. She's like, "Oh, I'll just put you on this," and I'm like, "Okay, but what are the side effects?
Because
What
you
is
have to
this?"
remember, Kayla, these doctors basically work hand in hand with these different pharmaceutical companies, and whatever medicine that they're repping, the more they prescribe, the more incentives they get. So it's,
I don't like that.
It's kickbacks. You know?
I don't like that.
So
She was
you
just
definitely
like,
gotta, that's why you have to do your own research, and you should tell your doctor what you want to go on.
Yeah.
Because you're paying them, so basically you can tell them what you want as healthcare options.
Yeah.
They can only provide suggestions. So,
but it's like she just like threw a suggestion out at me, like without us.
take your
What is
blood
it
pressure,
called?
sis. Like, don't even know what your vitals are. Don't it tell you to like check your vitals before
Yes,
you
I'm like, don't you have to like assess
checklist?
me or something? Like, based on that, give me your best recommendation. But I just didn't trust her anyway because she just seemed like she was just running in there and grilling me for not using condoms. She was like, "Oh, well, why don't you use condoms?" Because you know when they ask you questions like, "Oh, what is your main source of contraception?" And I was just like,
they're generic textbook questions, so you already know.
right?
Like, sis, we
Like,
are
what do you
not
mean?
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
I didn't like that. And she was like, "Well, do you want to have a baby? Why don't you want to wear condoms? Blah, blah, blah." And it's like, okay, that's fair.
But
That's
they
fair.
listen, but they all tell you the same exact story. Listen, I'm like, do you guys rehearse this together? Like,
It's like, bitch, don't you have kids? Do you wear fucking condoms?
y'all ain't planning all this, so relax. Like, baby, shut up.
Right. And it's like, damn, I'm coming here to ask you for birth control. She's like, well, you still got to wear a condom, use birth control for STDs. And I'm like, I understand.
I mean, now
that.
I'm doing too much.
Yeah. And then I don't like when you come there for one thing and then they just assume like, oh, well, based on what you're telling me, you probably have an STD. You probably have chlamydia or gonorrhea. So I'm going to test you for everything. Oh, you've been with this guy for 2 months. Oh, well, let me test you for other stuff because he
Now
could be
they're
with other
judging
people.
me, right?
And now I'm just like, that is not my problem. Like that
they're
is not what I'm
walking
coming to you
the
right
straight
now.
line of faith.
I'm telling you, my shit is fucking itching. And you're saying my shit is on fire.
Oh shit, that's why it's itchy, because you've been with him for 2 months. She's absolutely right, sis.
Exactly. And so she was like, you've been with 2 months? Well, he's probably, you probably have chlamydia, gonorrhhea, syphilis, trichinosis. What's the name one?
And when she call you back, telling you got all 4, you gonna be back.
Be like, damn, that bitch was right. No, but then it's like everything came back negative, and it's like, bitch, we coming in for the wrong things here.
Right, you come here for support, and she just over here tearing you down.
It was just like, I guess I understand that you, like, people, I guess girls will come to you when it's like they don't really know what their partner
I
is
want to see
doing.
what her daughters be doing.
Exactly.
They're probably popping it for. No,
All right, bitches be in the clinic every other week. No, I'm just
she
kidding.
know. They be still on her prescription pads, writing their own script.
Right. Well, my mom's the OB, but no, she was just like, she just rubbed me the wrong way. But they're my primary provider. The pull-out method is actually
very effective. Wait.
It's actually, if he knows what he's doing.
I want to say that, right? I'm like very
I
effective.
got a lot of respect for you if your pull-out game is strong. You know, that means you have skill. You have discipline.
I made it 34 years.
I feel like if you just don't have the pull-out if you're not a pull-out expert, then it's like you're just a fucking bum. What kind of shit? But the pull-out method is a form of contraception that providers acknowledge now. Like, it's the pull-out method. It's some other kind of method.
Listen,
too.
you count your ovulation cycle method. I'll be
Yeah,
on
you
that.
just
Like,
gotta
you
be
can none
smart.
of me
Keep
today.
the
I'm about to
period
get my period
tracker.
tomorrow, so.
My primary provider was like, so what's your main form of contraception? Condoms, birth control, pull-out method? And then it was some other thing she said. And I was like, the pull-out method, that's a form that y'all are.
I mean, well, pull-out method it is.
That sounds about right.
Like, sometimes. No.
But I was like, oh, wow. But then you go to other providers and they're like, oh, well, is it condoms or birth control? And then if you're not using either, then, they're judging you, and you just shouldn't do that because it's like,
I'm gonna start asking them the same question. So
it's almost shameful because people not, right. I should have been like, girl, do you wear condoms with your husband? Right. Because he could be doing Lord knows what.
But you know what? Those be the main ones. Mm-hmm. It'd be the guy
I was just like, damn.
Cheating on them.
Right. I was like, damn, I could be on birth control if y'all will open your appointments and see, sis, help me out a little bit. Because I need I need an assessment. I need an overview of everything.
But that's why you have to do your own research.
I don't want to do the whole, because they say that it's trial and error too.
No,
like, I don't want to do the trial and error.
Pick for you. You need to pick what's best for you.
I did do my little research.
Girl, you better take your
Can't birth control throw off your pH balance too?
You better take your ass to Nurex and pick a birth control on there and have it mailed to your house.
What's that?
Nurex.
Yeah. Tell the people.
Girl, so Nurex. Listen, this is not paid sponsorship. Nurex.
That's what we're working on.
Yes.
It could be. We'll talk after this.
Nurex is an app where you can basically have your birth control mail ordered to you.
I thought, okay.
Yeah, and you actually have the option to pick which one you would like, whether it be Depot Shop, because with Depot, you have to pick it up and then it's administered to you. And they even have mail order STD kits now.
I heard about that.
You could do it all from Nurex.
Are they accurate though?
What, the STD test?
Yeah.
It should be. I mean, it's going to a lab. It's just the same type of culture.
Oh wait, you gotta pee in a cup and then send it?
Yeah, you pee in a cup. You can do your own, little culture, put in a thing.
Man, the way UPS be throwing your boxes around, that shit will end up in the box. You send an empty thingy to them, and then it's like, okay. I be worried about that kind of stuff.
No, I know what you mean, but
I would just
get
go
a
to the doctor
through Nurex for my birth control, and literally, I have 24 packs sitting in my.
You take the pill?
No, I don't take the pill no more. Okay. But when I was taking the pill,
you just keep forgetting that shit.
Yeah, so here we are today.
Here we are.
That pill is dangerous because you be like, did I take it? Did I not take it? And then you be like, fuck it at one point. Then you be like, oh, hell no, waiting for the period. Yeah, so I just rather not take it.
I feel like that's what everybody's doing, just, one and done, and then come back every few months or something. For like a new whatever. I don't fucking know.
But I'm not taking birth control no more, so it's over for those days.
I just don't want to gain no weight.
And then remember, it's like
because of
your acne, everything, your skin.
Acne. We've come a long way with this face.
Your skin,
I don't have time.
Looks so good.
Yeah.
Your skin looks amazing, actually.
Thank you. It's the sunscreen, y'all. Wear your sunscreen moisturizer for your face. Because that keeps dark marks away and reduces dark marks when you use sunscreen on your face. Like game changer.
I was just telling the boo today, I'm like, I use the highest level of SPF. And
really?
He was like, I grabbed the suntan oil.
I mean, you will. It's hot as fuck outside. So.
I said, boy, you grabbed the suntan oil, but then again.
Suntan. White folks want to be black so bad. Y'all want to be dark skinned so bad.
I already got a tan. I'm not trying to burn. You could keep the oil. But he's a cutie, though. White
Tiffany
boy
called me
sign.
this morning like, ooh, girl, I met the man in my dreams.
Like, I think I'm in love.
I think I'm in love.
And now we think I'm in love often.
Right. So that's why I'm
the
like,
mean
girl,
one.
tell me all about it.
And he's a Pisces too. At
What's your
that.
sign?
I'm a Scorpio.
Okay. Because I know you're like super organized. So it's like,
You know, I know. He's a Pisces. So his birthday is in February. I'm older than him. And it's funny because he was like, I
young
keep on
boy.
reminding myself that you're older than me. I'm like, stop, wait. I was like, because now I'm feeling like a cougar over here.
well, how much older are you?
Not that much older, like a year and a half. He just turned 33 in February. I'll be 35 in November.
Well, that's about to be new peen. So
Yeah, right.
we are prepared.
And he lives
to
down the shore.
Protect that coochie.
Yes. Right, listen. New penis, exactly. So we're gonna go in here with a fresh start, literally.
Fresh start. When y'all, we are outside now, ladies. So when we meet new boos,
You gotta come with a fresh start.
preparing for the
gotta
first
prep.
night, y'all have sex, SEKS. Keep your coochie kit on you.
Yeah.
And what needs to be in your coochie kits?
You need to have your wipes. You need to have your boric acid pills. You need to have tampons too sometimes because when you get your period.
Just in case, the day after tampons, okay. But don't put no tampon in your vagina. Don't be like putting tampons in or douching when you're taking the boric
You're
acid pill.
taking the pill. No,
Because that
don't
shit will
douche in-
soak it right up.
But don't douche in general at all because that's,
Don't
that's
douche.
bad for
Yeah,
your
don't
pH.
douche. Use warm water. Like my friends would get on me for like they were laughing at me for just using water. They're like, you just wash your vagina with water? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Like sometimes
Warm
like, I
water.
don't even want to put soap because I'm like, oh crap, like it might burn and I might get a UTI from the damn soap.
Yeah,
But you
no
can.
soap.
But you
like
know what I do use down there, which you can? I'll use the Dove sensitive soap
okay.
or I'll use even the Cetaphil.
Really?
Yes, the
Cetaphil soap?
The Cetaphil cleansing foam, you can actually use down there because, yeah, at least I do all this research on it. And then you can also use the Neutrogena, the acne wash, the gold one, which I buy the Equate
You put
version.
acne wash
Well, remember,
on your
because-
vagina?
you have to understand
It's about
it's
the chemicals
salicylic
and what's
acid,
in
yeah,
it.
which is good for it.
Okay, gotcha.
Girls get like bikini bumps sometimes when they shave.
Yeah.
The salicylic acid is also good for your vaginal health and keeping that area clean. So what I do is after I shave or clean my whole body and face, I'll use my salicylic acid wipe on my face.
Yeah,
Then
salicylic
I'll use
acid is a key ingredient
I'll use
for
one on my
acne.
armpits as well, and then I'll
Okay.
use down there
Because
keep
it's
the
still
clean.
skin. Like even after you wax, like you'll get ingrown hairs,
gotta
you'll
keep
get
it
bumps.
clean.
You
Yeah.
know?
And remember, it's all about the bacterial growth. When you sweat, bacteria grows. So the salicylic acid helps to keep the skin clean.
That's why you keep these wipes. It's hot as hell outside,
Yeah.
y'all. So keep
I'll
wipes,
be like,
you
let's
know.
make sure these wipes are in my bag and everything.
Keep them on you. I
because-
should have had mine in my bag, but I know I'm about
Because
to go
it's
home.
hot.
So.
Yeah, you gotta just
It's
like
hot.
sometimes you gotta just and an extra pair of underwear, ladies. Because
Even
it's
when you out?
inevitable, like when it's super hot and your shorts are tight and you're sweaty, you're gonna sweat.
Yeah.
So you wanna just change them out as much as possible just
Yeah.
to keep the environment dry. So
Keep yourself
that's
dry.
the key. Remember, bacteria thrives in moisture and heat. So if you keep the area dry, you have, less of chance of.
Yeah. So right after y'all go your rounds,
Go to the bathroom. You
go
gotta
to the
pee.
bathroom. You have
push
to
out
pee.
that bacteria to push
That's
out.
something that we forgot. You have to
Yes.
pee. Wash off with a warm rag or something. Like dry yourself off. Like he be drying himself off and cleaning himself up. You gotta clean yourself up too.
Don't be just laying in the bed soaking up the. Like,
Yeah,
no,
no,
get
and
up,
you
girl.
sleeping in it. That's like
No,
that's a
there's
recipe
not that much in
for
love. Go to the bathroom.
disaster.
No, it really, really is. That's why, like,
Yeah.
before he's done, I'm beating him to the bathroom. Like,
Yeah.
it's a race.
Don't rely on those baby wipes either. Like,
Yeah, no.
keep those for your booty. But I like to use feminine wipes for like to wipe back there too.
Me too.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to just, to get that clean feeling going. So,
Yeah, you gotta stay clean.
and then, as you get older too, listen, I keep the the preparation H wipes now.
Keep them on you. And you were talking about the different washes that you can use. I get wax every month, and I go to Bloomfield Wax Skin and Wax Center or whatever. Shout out to y'all. They sell like your wax salon. They know about, for the most part, hopefully they know about like vaginal health and like taking care of yourself down there. And one of my girls, the girl who waxes me, she recommended this yoni oil. Like they be selling oils, washes, scrubs. And so she recommended this yoni oil, and it smells so good. And she's like, you can inject it into your vagina, and it helps with yeast infections.
Tears on my face. I was like,
yes. And I used it for the first time because I was like, no way, I'm not putting this in my vagina. So I would just like put it on the outside or whatever. But it's like, that shit worked wonders. And so, yeah, it's like a teaspoon. They're like, put a little bit like a teaspoon in there, and then like, you know, use it as a preventative, whatever, if you feel like it. And so I used it for the first time, and it was like, that shit fucking work.
Listen, it happens, especially with the heat and the weather. Like, it's just inevitable. Inevitable.
So tap into your, you know,
your vaginal health, because we're getting older. Things are gonna change. They're not gonna be the same. Like, don't be alarmed if it don't smell like roses, because it's not going to. But it shouldn't smell like a trash compactor either. Like,
and I guarantee
discernment.
You, if you bring it up to your girlfriends, like, girl,
because we randomly brought the conversation up. Remember, we was on FaceTime one day.
Yeah,
and, I was like,
and everybody was like, "Girl, yeah, that happened to me. That's happened to me before, and this is what I did. And remember when I went? Like, it be happening to all of us, you know.
Like, why not talk about it? There's no sense of being ashamed, because I'd rather educate than to be sitting there hoarding the information that I know can help other people.
Yeah,
you know?
Ask your girlfriends and like talk to them about it, because
the Coochie Chronicles,
10 times out of 10, they got them. Okay.
So get this. So after we spoke the other day about it, right? I was speaking to one of my boys about it, and he was like, "Oh my God, like, educate me."
Yeah.
He's like, I need to know, because he was like, because my homeboy, his girl called him blaming him, like, you gave me blah blah blah. Meanwhile, it was because they was fucking in the jacuzzi.
See,
it wasn't actually him.
I would never do that. Have sex in a pool, because like, it's chlorine in the pool.
I said it's chlorine plus everybody else. Like,
what do you gain?
Right.
That's nasty. But she called him acting all crazy. And then it was her fault.
Get some help.
It do be like, because it's as much about him.
That's your first instinct, like, oh my God, what
and
the
you,
heat?
yeah.
But it's like, it's no sis, it's you this time. Like,
girl. So y'all
but
need
9 times
to.
out of 10, they are the contributing factor. And then once it's off, it's off.
Cause they just, you know, y'all just gotta keep clean. He gotta keep clean.
Yeah, clean
Don't let him
hands.
just get up in there without taking a shower right before,
And
especially if
washing
he's been
his hands
out.
too, remember?
Ooh, washing his hands under his fingernails, cause
You're not gonna rub them
their fingernails be disgusting.
That's how you can get a UTI
yeah.
from them, you know. And then letting guys try to blow smoke in.
Absolutely not. Stink ass breath.
She looked at me like, what's this?
All that smoke residue. You know those tobacco commercials where it's like, this is what's in tobacco smoke.
Right? You're like,
oh my gosh. And don't let them put fruit up there either.
No, yeah. Don't put no pineapples, no
Really,
strawberries,
nigga?
no, none of that.
Don't let them put nothing up there.
Yeah.
Unless it's the suppository.
And not even like a toy. Like, I don't know.
Everything has to be clean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you ever notice when you watch porn, they have like condoms on the toys? Well, I be paying too much attention to detail.
You sure do.
I was watching a porn yesterday, as a matter of fact, speaking of the devil, and it was a condom
On the toy?
Yes, girl. That was like,
Girl.
that's a way to keep it clean.
When I used to watch them, the guys didn't even wear condoms, so I don't even think. It's like, yo.
Well, I be looking at 2021 porn.
Oh, the new porns. I haven't watched porn in a long time.
Girl, listen, I got bookmarks.
I remember those days.
I be able to open up my browser on my phone, like, let me make sure the volume's off, because that tab
I used to
might
have to
still be open.
I used to clear out my my
history.
website history, because just in case, because you put in
Me too.
BL or
One
something.
letter and
You
your whole
type
thing
in
popping up.
D, trying to figure out something, and it's just
XXNX popping up. X
some
videos.
crazy shit
You're
popping
like,
up. Oh
shit,
my
right?
gosh. But this was Coochie Chronicles. Just vaginal health is very important. Outside of the STDs and everything,
There's a lot
like
more,
I didn't know anything about BV. Like I didn't know how common BV was until I was actually I was learning about like honeypot and what was in it, and you know, why is it such a great product and so popular.
You can be fine today and have BV tomorrow. Like,
right. And it's
for
like,
no
what
reason.
the hell?
Like, what did I do? Because the AC
Everything will throw it off. It's not just about having sex with multiple partners. So if you pop up with an infection and your boo is like,
or
girl,
too much fabric softener, too much detergent.
It's so
can cause
sensitive.
CVs. Yes, that's why like when I wash my
Sensitive.
underwear, I'll use like a certain amount of soap or certain soap on my underwear because I know like if I have too much like fabric softener, I might start itching and I'm gonna get a UTI because So
don't let nobody tell you, make him shame you and make you feel guilty.
Yeah,
like
don't feel
it's
guilty 'cause
anything.
it's not you.
Your period can throw your pH balance off.
Which it does. That's why they say, especially after your period, put one of the suppositories in just to balance things out.
Shit, I may have to start doing that in the next 2 years. Old bitch.
Yeah.
Girl, please, you just shamed me just now. Jesus.
No, but what else was I gonna say? When I was looking at the Honey Pot reviews, like there were so many girls that were like, "Yeah, I've been suffering," or maybe not suffering, but like I've been
Yours
dealing with
does it
BV
too.
for
It
years and
closes.
months, and this one.
Yeah.
It's because I have a limit on how much screen time I use.
Me too. But you would think though, because you're using an app where you're just recording, that it wouldn't.
It's actually
time
annoying.
out. I know.
It is.
But then you don't want to change your setting because you might forget, and God forbid you drop the phone in. So,
And then people just all up in my shit.
I know. I changed mine to a minute yesterday for
Yeah.
that same reason, and it's giving me anxiety.
But like it was so many girls who were dealing with BV and they're like, this product is amazing. And it was and Honey Pot has like thousands and thousands of reviews.
I'll be reading them all too.
And everybody was like, I've had BV for a long time and this
It's chronic. Once you have have it, it's never gonna officially go away. You think you're good for like a month or two, and then it's back, and it becomes so frustrating. But it's the
is
truth.
very
Once you have
frustrating.
it,
It
you're
can
gonna
be, yeah.
always get it. So you just have to address the problem head on,
Right.
and just be proactive. And like I said, as long as you follow these tips, it'll help alleviate it, like some of the stress. Hopefully, that's why we're.
And they
bringing
make
it
you
to light.
feel like,
You feel better
feel
when you-
good about yourself because you're not like,
You're not alone, and it's not just you.
Yeah, so I was like,
it
I did
happens
not
to all
know.
of us, sis. Don't worry.
I did not know it was so common
The
and like so
cleanest,
many
like-
girls. Yeah.
Yeah, so don't be walking around calling somebody dirty because you're going to wake up tomorrow with BV.
Right.
And you're going to think, it's the truth. Like, you can't because it's the simplest thing. So.
It's so common. So I was like, dang, I didn't know girls was going through this. But it'll happen. It happens to the best of us.
Yep.
She is keep your coochianna healthy. Take good care of her. Take your probiotics, your coochie probiotics.
I just hate the girls who be in denial about things, though. Like, I never had.
Yeah, get tested because you can have like infections and not
even
know it.
Yeah, no
so
symptoms.
get tested for everything.
No, they're just like COVID. You can have COVID and not know.
And
be
not know, yeah.
asymptomatic. Yeah.
And just be
so.
walking around for like ever with it until symptoms maybe start showing up, and then
But it's
you're
funny.
like,
Like
damn,
most women find out they have an STD when they're pregnant. Because that's the first time they've gone to an OB ever. Now
child.
they pregnant and burnt. like,
Right, and now it's like, are you fucking kidding me?
like I didn't ask for either.
You said what?
Like I didn't ask for either.
If we want to be honest, like people walking around with a lot of things that they don't know. So do what you got to do to stay in the
Yeah.
know. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you,
you for having
Brandy,
me.
for the shades. Thank you, Tiffany, for
You're
coming
welcome.
finally.
Listen, I'll come anytime. I have fun. So I have fun. I
Look at me struggling.
did. And we gotta do the
Foolish.
family things more often. We're trying to, really.
I know. We grown now, so it's
Yeah.
like family's always there. But thank you guys for coming.
Yes, thank you.
So I feel like I abuse niggas. I'm tryna watch how I fuck up the gang. Ay. Watch how I fuck up the gang. See that Mac, I'm equipped with a scope, so you lose, nigga. I can't fuck with hoes, cause I know they pick and choose, niggas. Diamonds on me froze, so I feel like I abuse niggas.